Quantum Leap callers. Happy Thursday. It's Krystal, and excited to leave you a message today. My Offspring director, Meg, and I did a live feed into our Facebook groups last night, and the topic was pausing in our business. And actually, it could be applied, of course, to life, but we were specific around pausing in our business. And that there actually are times to pause and regroup. And there are times that pausing and regrouping, and I'm putting air quotes around it, is actually avoidance. And we had an awesome conversation last night about identifying that, how to know which we're doing. Sometimes I think we really do know, but we can do some real mental gymnastics to justify our behavior in life. And our Mary Kay, how we handle our Mary Kay is, of course, no exception. So what we talked about is that when you are hustling, meaning you're in action, not activity, just organizing product and moving things around and doing the things that we can do in avoidance, but you're actually doing the income-producing activities. You are booking and holding appointments. You're seeing faces. You're with people. And really, our business is a people business. So the way to identify that is, am I with people that in such a way that I'm building my business? So when we're doing that and we're working towards a goal, and what I've noticed is it often happens at the tail end of a goal, I can get into this frenetic place where I've got to scramble to do all the things. And I've been working and doing enough activity with enough people consistently enough, just the results are still coming. And I can get into that frantic, scarcity, fear-based place that doesn't support me. In which case, a pause is important. A pause is valuable. And I know there's been different times, the last week of finishing up any one of my $1 million years, the last week of that, I could find myself getting in that place. I had done the work. In fact, I'd done the work all year long. And it just wasn't quite finished yet, but I had done the work, and I was continuing to do the work. And it slipped into that space of frantic, of scarcity, of fear, of scramble that was not an intentional hustle, but more reactive to the situation. And in those moments, a pause was necessary. I could feel it happening in my body as I was finishing up each of those years. And I would go take myself for a walk to just compost that out into Mother Earth, all of that energy, and bring myself back to center to then finish the goal. Then there is that other part of us, and that is the avoidance, that is the pause of, I need self-care, or I need to take a break because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm exhausting myself thinking about all of the things I should be doing, but not actually doing it. And in the thinking about it, I have worn myself out with worry, and then I feel the need for self-care, and I'm putting air quotes around that because self-care is super important. But sometimes we can use it as an avoidance. And so identifying that is, am I actually doing an adequate amount of work consistently enough to match my goals? And if the answer is no, then we get to take a look at that and say, is this break that I need right now an avoidant technique? So I can just basically give myself a break from thinking about it rather than actually accomplishing what I set out to do, which would be the bigger break for myself, because then I would be able to set the thinking about it down because I would have actually been in action. So sometimes the break we need, I'm using air quotes around break, is an actual is actually doing what we said we were going to do, actually being in action to create what we said we wanted to create, what we said we were committed to create. So I'm just going to leave that with you here. One of the things that's super important as part of this is to be disciplined, and part of that discipline is scheduling self-care time, is scheduling personal time. I remember a time in my business that a bubble bath at the end of the day was required every day. Now, that was a self-care for me because I was in big action daily, and I really needed to refuel each day. And for me, and you got to decide what it is for you, but for me, that was my refuel. So it's important to schedule self-care and taking care of your emotional health and your physical health and your spiritual health so that it doesn't come out sideways because you're not necessarily working, you're worrying about it, and you're also not taking care of yourself. And the combination of the two can be devastating because it can come out of our body sideways. In as Meg and I were talking last night, it can come out in hives on your body. It can come out in breakdown emotionally and spiritually. So scheduling that and the discipline to stick to that schedule is actual freedom in so many ways. Think about when I'm disciplined financially, the freedom that I have then financially because I'm sticking to it. I can make decisions about what I want and choose to have instead of being reactive because I was not disciplined. And that's true in all, really, it feels like it's true in all domains of life. So I hope this gave you a little bit to look at when you find yourself needing or wanting to pause, or maybe even not needing or wanting to pause, but you feel in your body that maybe it would be good to do so, is to really evaluate how you can set yourself up to do so effectively in such a way that supports your business, and how you can be working with enough people consistently enough to create the results that you want. That's what I got for you today. Happy Thursday. Have an amazing day. Hugs to you. Bye-bye.